Hey there lovelies, it's Lynn, back with a different kind of video than what I usually make. Today I want to talk about the future of Love and Deep Space, and why I think this game is slowly but surely dying. Love and Deep Space, as of right now, is one of the top grossing mobile gacha games since its release in January of 2024. This 3D animated first-person Otome game is paving a new way for how gacha is implemented in this genre of game. But in its 7th month since release, I think it's time to discuss where Love and Deep Space can still improve. Now, just to be clear, I genuinely love this game and really want to see it improve and maintain and grow a loyal fan base. So all of the points I'll be discussing in this video is only intended to be taken as constructive criticism. And I think that these points would only make the game more enjoyable for all players. And after experiencing this gacha as a free-to-play player and a light spender on several different accounts, I think I have a good grasp on where Love and Deep Space lacks. Unlike other popular gacha games where the main focus is the battles or the world exploration, Love and Deep Space thrives off the experiences you get with love interests. Sure, pulling rare 5-star cards increase your battle power for stages in Deep Space and the Hunters contest, but so far 5-star banners don't power creep each other in the way that fighting-focused gacha games do. Instead, the player is encouraged to pull on banners to gain precious unique moments with their favorite love interests. However, gaining these limited 5 stars are much harder compared to other gacha games. This is because of 5 compounding factors that free-to-play players and light spenders will inevitably run into. Number 1. Diamond collecting. In the hypothetical situation that you've been playing Love and Deep Space every day, squeezing every last achievement, maxing out your bounty and gore hunts, experiencing all your dates with your love interests, and even pushing as far as you can into the Deep Space and Hunters contest, gaining diamonds eventually comes to a screeching halt. And unfortunately, a steady player's only reliable way of gaining diamonds is through the daily and weekly tasks, and waiting for the Hunters contest to reset every 2 weeks. To break it down on a 2-week schedule, let's say you get 33 stars in the Hunters contest. That's a total of 600 diamonds, plus 700 diamonds for all of the dailies that you do, 300 diamonds for the weekly, and therefore that's a total of 1,600 diamonds in 2 weeks. That's about 14 weeks to guarantee any 5-star coming home as a free-to-play player with no additional pulls coming from events. So when you have banner pity systems like the one for the triple banners or the double banners, it hardly feels like it's worth pulling on. So what's a casual player's only choice? To spend all their hoarded resources on maxing their strongest cards in hopes of getting more stars and complete more Deep Space trials, or scraping the bottom of the barrel, wasting those resources leveling up all of their cards to level 20 just for those tiny gem rewards. What's your choice? The intuitive answer would be to level up all your strongest cards to gain diamonds in the long run. But even doing that feels awful just because of how grueling the resource grind is in this game. Number 2. The resource grind. In many other gacha games, we only really need to worry about maxing out 6 to 8 characters, saving us ascension resources and leveling up material for future characters. However, because of the unique battle system in Love and Deep Space, players need to worry about maxing out 6 cards for each love interest to really benefit from the Hunters contest and the Deep Space trials. That's a total of 18 cards, plus the varied subcolor Stelactrum, I don't know how to pronounce that, we need for specific battles. And while multiple people online have already spoken out about the resource grind on r/Love and Deep Space on Reddit, let's break it down here. So, for example, you want to completely max out one of Xavier's 5-star memories. You'll need to do at least 918 runs with Limonette, because you need 918 of the SR crystals, and Bounty Hunt Sightings 8 and 9 only guarantees you 1 drop of both green and yellow crystal. In those 918 runs, you'd also cover the expenses needed for the N and R crystals. Thank goodness. Also, you'd need a max total of 300 gold experience bottles, which is about equal to 790 purple bottles. And similar to the runs with Limonette, you only get 1 purple bottle for every run you do. Therefore, that's a total of 790 runs with the Heartbreaker. And 1 SSR heart that you need by completing events. So let's crunch the numbers, shall we? So with 918 runs with Limonette and 790 runs with Heartbreaker, that's a total of 1,708 runs, times the 8 stamina needed for each run. That's 13,664 stamina needed in total. So let's take that total stamina needed and divide that by 170, which is my stamina cap at level 76. That's a total of 80.37 full stamina refreshes, excluding stamina bought or gained by other means. Now, if it takes 6 minutes to refresh 1 stamina, then it'll take about 1,020 minutes, or rather 17 hours, to refresh a full 170 stamina. And if I haven't lost you in all of this jargon, let's sum it up now. So to completely max out Xavier's 5-star memory, it would take a total of 80.37 days to fully max out one single 5-star memory. That is almost 3 months of grind. Every single day, dedicating all of the resources you get for one memory. I don't know about you, but building Acheron in Honkai Star Rail didn't hurt as much as this. And can you believe this is before grinding and leveling the right protocors too? But if you ask me, there are still ways to improve the leveling process and make it feel seamless. I understand the need to make each level more difficult to reach, but the massive jumps in resources needed are in itself frustrating. Maybe if the devs included a materials converter and a synthesizer like in Honkai Star Rail, it would help massively since we have to level up so many cards for different Stalactrum. Or even adding a stamina loadout system like the condensed resin in Genshin Impact, or the solvents in Weathering Waves, just so that missing 1 day of dailies doesn't feel so painful, because even if we want to stay in our perfect little worlds in Dream Cafe, we still have real world obligations. But wait, let's play devil's advocate here. But Lynn, of course it'll take a long time to level up memories. You don't want to blow through the whole game that quickly, or you'll be left with nothing to do between banners and new patches. That's a really good point, Opposite Me. But how else am I supposed to get diamonds for new banner pulls if I don't even level up my memories high enough to beat Deepspace trials or the Hunter's Contest? Besides, if the game didn't want me to suffer this much, couldn't they have added some additional events unrelated to newly released banners to keep players occupied? This brings me to my next point. Number 3. Lack of events to keep player retention. But Lynn, isn't adding minigames or additional events too taxing and stress-inducing for the player base? This is supposed to be a casual Otome game. Another excellent question, Opposite Me, but alas, you were mistaken. I mean, look at the feedback from the players after this most recent event. A lot of people actually found it fun to play and even enjoyed the music, even though it was a very simple rhythm game. If the devs really wanted to, they could implement basic platformers, puzzle games like Tetris, or even as simple as a side-scroller game like Flappy Bird. This honestly would keep the players entertained while waiting for new patches and banners. And if the rewards helped earn for diamonds and resources for leveling up, instead of stickers for the photo booth, I'm sure the community would greatly appreciate it. It would really help mitigate the feeling that the info devs are forcing their players to pay to play. Number 4. The banners. As I said in the beginning of this video, the main drive to pull on banners is getting to experience those special moments with your love interests. But when players are unable to obtain such memories, attitudes to the game will become resentful. In situations like the double banners where special myth memories are released, pulling for both of the 5 stars becomes incredibly more crucial for the player experience. Because while I appreciate the ingenuity of having the full myth story locked behind ascension levels for both memories in the pair, I do believe it makes the players feel helpless and forced to pay to play. This exact feeling is also mirrored in the triple banners, where the pity system can only guarantee a 25% or 33.3% chance to obtain your desired memory based on what you got as your previous 5-star. Only after failing your first attempt to get your desired memory do you get a precise wish to help push the odds in your favor. So it begs the question, is it even worth pulling on these banners? This is because the odds of you failing the first time is 75% if you've previously gotten a limited 5-star, and the other 66.6% failure if you received a standard 5-star. And while it's great to have a failsafe to ensure players their 5-star of choice with the precise wish, looks like the gacha community learned something that day. It's not okay to have the odds so heavily against them from the get-go, ultimately forcing people to pull 160 times anyway just to get the memory that they want. And that's not even including all of the outfits gated by pull counts. So if you're in the position of a free-to-play player, or light spender that's obtained all or most of the achievement locked diamonds in the game, it's a lose-lose situation, especially with banner runtimes being only 2 weeks long, and with the lack of reliable diamond income from events or refresh contests. Making your player base feel obligated to spend their pocket money hurts the overall player retention of the game. It signals just how hungry Infold is to bleed their player base dry. And what adds to the matter is, it's not like you get rerun banners in this game, at least not yet. But as of right now, once a banner is gone, it's gone, love. The devs don't put some of the older memories in the standard banner, the Wishing Well or the Galaxy Explorer. They just really want you to feel the FOMO each time a new banner comes out. And with Silas on the horizon, I fear this is just going to continue to be a growing problem in the community. So you might be wondering right now, is there any way to alleviate this problem on your own? Perhaps save your diamonds for upcoming banners you like. Now that would be the sensible thing to do, wouldn't it? The only problem is... Number 5. How they handle their marketing. Alright. Hands down, this gacha game has the worst marketing out of all the gacha games I've played, and this is honestly my number 1 gripe with this company. Whether you love or hate Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, or Weathering Waves, they all have, to some degree, released news about upcoming patches and new banners weeks before release. This not only hypes up the game for players to farm resources, mats, and leveling up material, but it also helps the players get fired up for more content. We live in a digital age where relevancy is equal to how much people are talking about any given topic or person. If you do not hype your game, no one will know about it. It is superbly aggravating being so limited on diamonds and not knowing whether or not to spend them on the current limited banner or save them for the next. It's genuinely not fair to the loyal players of your game, and a very bad first impression to the new players of your game if you do not inform them about what content is upcoming. Information, hype, and relevancy in the gacha game space is so incredibly important to maintain your player base. From your Instagram to your Twitter and even your website, updates are so incredibly important. Why do you think Hoyoverse has their own separate app to update all of their players? Also, this one is a bit controversial, but leaks are inevitable. The gacha gaming community thrives on leaks. Take a good look at Hoyoverse again. Literally the biggest gacha game company out there. They can't stop their own leaks, or rather they don't want to stop their leaks from happening. Why? It keeps them relevant. It keeps them in the top search category in the gacha space. But what do? They say leaks are bad, but don't really do anything about it. Even if they strike YouTubers and content creators for spreading leaks, nothing is really going to stop these specific individuals from doing so in other ways. After all, this is the internet, where what you put on the internet will remain there. Besides, if you really wanted to stop your leaks, then get a step ahead of the game. Release teasers for your content. Market yourself instead of leaving your players in the dark and leakers hunting for more information to spread. Announce banners weeks in advance, not hours in advance, and tell the players what to expect in the upcoming updates that we've patiently been waiting for over 6 months now. Paper games. Infold, I am begging you to please get your act together. If there are 2 things to take from this video, it's to rework your marketing and to add more filler events between banner drops for diamond rewards. So let's get with the program, line our ducks in a row, and optimize the game and player experience. You've made a fantastic 3D experience for the Otome genre, and I sincerely adore playing Love and Deepspace. That's why I want to talk about these issues, make a buzz and stir the pot a little, and pray to the gacha gods out there that somebody listens and that the changes for these games will be for the better. For everyone listening in, I'd love to go through your comments and constructive criticism for this game. So leave a comment down below and let's discuss. Were the points I laid out fair? Do you agree with me or not? What's your experience been playing this game, and do you see yourself playing it for months to come? But that's all for today. Thank you all so much for listening, and that's the Gacha Goblin signing out.